I stopped trying to fix my old self and I started building a new one from scratch. For 2 years, I was inconsistent in my running. My pace dropped, my fitness tanked, and I felt stuck in the shadow of everything that went wrong. But after months in the gym and hitting 4 days on the road this week, something shifted. The mental fog? It's gone. I'm no longer haunted by the past. I'm too busy being present in the miles. I'm finally awake. How about you? Wanting to see results from Zone 2 running, Maffetone training, just heart rate training. I've been doing my best to be able to ramp up to 3 and today is like 4 days of running this week. And I wanted to see how my body is reacting, what the stimulus is like just walking up this hill. But that's what this video is. Want to see the numbers, want to see my pace, want to see my heart rate, just want to see where I am. I'm using a chest strap right now, and that's usually the best way to gauge what your heart rate is doing. I've been using this method for so many years, but when you fall off the wagon and you stop running so much because of life or other commitments, you kind of get frustrated at yourself with your ability to be able to bounce back and get back to the pace that you were running at the same heart rate. So this is like just, I needed to dive in, look at the numbers. Again, this is a video diary of my running. Your running will be different. My life circumstances, the way I eat, how much I weigh, all the stuff is going to be different for everybody else. But I just want to share because I know that this method works. I'm David, I'm the plant-powered runner, and I've been using the Maffetone method, aka Zone 2 training, for quite a long time. And I've seen great results. I've been able to run 3 minutes per kilometer faster over the course of a year. And this is just me documenting what the heck is going on. So after some time off over the last number of years with stops and starts, I'm now starting again, just trying to get better using this method. So join me if you want to see what my running looks like, and in a Canadian winter right at the moment. Hopefully spring is around the corner, because last weekend was way too flippin' cold at minus 30 Celsius, or I should say minus 30 Fahrenheit. You know that feeling when you go out for a run and you're not too sure how it's going to go? However, you feel really dialed in. You feel light, clarity is there, and you feel like you're actually running and not shuffling along. Or there's something about the first mile or 2 miles or 3 miles or whatever it is, right? In my case, it was the first 2 kilometers. I felt something that I haven't felt in a long time. I've run 4 days this week. That is the most that I have run in a week in a very long time. I've been running 2 days, sometimes once a week, and trying to maintain just the little bit of fitness that I had was one thing. It was really hard. And for somebody who looks at their watch and looks at the data and sees that, they're not improving, or sometimes they're going backwards, it's a hard pill to swallow. However, it's my own making. It's my own fault. I haven't signed up for a race. I've gone through a lot of life challenges over the last little bit, with people passing away, people going into long-term care homes. And I got more people in my circle of life who are passing away. And it's just ruining me. So I made a very big decision, and I sat with myself and I said, you know what? I said, self, because I was the only one in the room. I said, self, I can't keep going down this road. I need to change. I need to wake up. I need that intervention. I need something to say, wham. wake up. And I watched a video and I felt like I was being spoken to. So I did my own version of this video. And this is me speaking to me when I forgot. Hey, you probably don't remember me, but you asked me to do this. Before all this, before the forgetting, you left yourself a message. You said if I ever started to feel too real, if you felt lost inside it, I was supposed to remind you. So here I am. You built this, all of it. Every challenge, every detail, every risk, every mistake. You chose all of it because you wanted something real. You wanted it to matter. You wanted it to feel like there were stakes involved. So you let yourself forget just for a little while so it would feel real vivid, intense, alive. That strange feeling you've had lately, like something is slightly off, like you're remembering something you can't quite catch, you can't quite reach, that's not confusion. That's awareness blinking back on. That's the you underneath all the whispering. That is time. And you told me if you ever forgot, I needed to remind you of this too. You don't need to be afraid. Not of death, not of failure, not of loss, not of regret. You made this. You've placed every piece. And now it's time to remember why. You're not broken. You're just waking up. And I'm here, just like you asked, to say these 2 words out loud to you. Wake up. You don't have to pretend anymore. You made all of this. And it's okay. It's time to enjoy the game. You see what I mean? I feel like I'm present. I feel like I've gone through all of the stuff that I've gone through because it's something that I had to go through. It was my own making. And it's made me realize something really important. Not just from a running standpoint, but from a life standpoint. And that is, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out the way it's meant to work out. And when you are in that forgetting, just remember, wake up. Because from going down the road of victimhood, oh, is me, I can't do this, I can't do that. You can be there, you can be stuck, and you can be feeling miserable and sorry for yourself and going through the emotions, feel the emotions, but the key piece of advice, don't stay there. Get up and move. And that's what I felt like has been happening to me for a period of time. And so when I came in from my run today, I have to say, I was optimistic, I was excited, and I actually wanted to look at the data. I wanted to see what happened because something shifted and I felt it. So if I look at my data and I look at my run, in a minute, I'm going to show you where I was 2 years ago. Same route, same effort, same everything. This was 2 years ago. So I was way better. I did a 10K, 6-mile run in 1 hour and 3 minutes. Just my Maffetone pace, shuffling along, yada, yada, yada. It was great. My pace was 6:22 per kilometer. And if I shifted this into miles, this is what it would be. Now, I'm saying this because I'm going to compare, because I want you to see what can happen when things tail off and you end up in like just holding mode, right? When life hits hard, you can fall off a cliff and your running can go to the crapper, okay? But this is like the same run, all right? So this was my heart rate overall, 142 beats per minute, okay? I had to stop a couple of times, probably going up a hill or trying to fix a shoe or something. It was a long time ago. It was two years ago. Now, if I take a look at laps, because obviously I want to show laps, this is where my heart rate was trending, right? This was the pace that I was pacing at. And again, For everyone who wants it in miles, this is what it is in miles. You can follow along. But 131 beats a minute. That was the very first kilometer. 640, 623, 558. And I got to 140 beats, 141 beats. That was on my kilometer 3. And then I got slower kind of all the way after that. 602, 602, 608, and then 701. Don't know what happened, but I went from 608 to 701 and 2 beats higher. And I was going up a little bit of a hill. I don't know. But that was the trigger. Something kind of happened there. And then 638, 624, 624, 624. Okay. And then my heart rate was higher, higher, higher on each one. Okay. I don't know. The sun was out. It was shining. It was a good day. Now, if I take a look at today, this is what I was looking at. So 10 kilometers, 6 miles. I was an hour and 10 minutes. So 7 minutes longer. My pace was 7:05, right, per kilometer. And this is what it is in miles. Okay. Same course, same everything. The temperature, I think, was like probably about 4 degrees higher this time around. But this was my kind of my pace, right? This is my chart, right? My heart rate, so 141. And there was 3 times that I had to stop instead of 2, okay? Now, what's interesting, let's take a look at my laps. See our heart rate. So my first one was 706 per, like that's my kilometer pace. Heart rate was 133, and then 659, 138, 636, 142, and it kind of goes on and on and on, okay? And again, something happened right here. I went from 653 to 742. And I know what that is now because I'm looking at it. It's a hill that I had to kind of go up, and my heart rate rises, so I have to slow down and walk for a bit of time. But then it kind of, my heart rate recovers. I get back to 140, and then 717, 714, 713. And I was around 143. I mean, it went up a little bit more, but it didn't go up like it did last time, okay, from a year ago. So, yeah, okay, I may be 7 minutes slower. That's okay. I'll take that as a win because at that time when I was running 2 years ago, I was running a heck of a lot more than I'm running now. So if we take a look to see what I was doing back then, which that's what we'll do, we'll look to see where I was at 2 years ago at this time. That's 2024 and 2024. And we will go to, and we will go to February. Look at what I was doing, right? I was running every day. Every day. I was killing it, right? Like, I was doing really well in this period of time. So it's no wonder if I'm training that much and I'm improving back then to where I am now, if we take a look, and I'll show you what I've been doing this year, right? Just so you can have that comparison. Okay, 2026, February. Okay, this was the week. Four runs that week, okay? Before that, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, right? There was 3 days in there. And I don't know, I guess I did a 5K that day. So, I mean, technically that was 4 days. But again, 2 days, 1 day, 1 day. Like, you can see a major difference between what was happening then and what is happening now. But I have to tell you, this is the other thing that I was like, wait a minute, this is incredible. This is fantastic. And I was so happy to see. So in STRAVA, we have a thing where you can see your matched runs. I think if you pay for the paid version, and so obviously I have paid for the paid version, so I can go see matched runs, okay? And if I see matched runs, it'll show a chart of all the runs I've done on the same route over all these years, right? That's what you're looking at. And so you can see that that was that run, okay? So 7:05, which was great. But if I go back, I can see that it was one of the fastest runs. I mean, this one here, my heart rate was way too high. I can't compare that. It was 147 beats a minute, right? So that was 6 more beats than I was at now. So I really can't use that as a comparison. But again, you have to scroll back quite a ways to actually, I mean, look at the date, right? I mean, that's September of 2024. You have to scroll back before you see some magical change. So what happened? Like, what's been going on? In the background, gym work, going to the gym, but also muscle memory. I added 2 more runs in. That's all I did, 2 runs. And I was able to see improvements start to happen. It doesn't take long for your body to kind of notice and go, oh, wait a minute, we're back at this again. You have it. You don't lose it all. Yeah, you lose it, but not as much as you think you do, specifically if you continue to at least have a little bit of base building, just a little bit. And that's what I've been able to hold on to. So running slow, yeah, I may not be improving. I may just be holding the ground, losing a little bit. But when you wake up and you go, time for a change. I can't keep doing what I'm doing. It's time to get back on the horse. That's where I'm at. So I wanted to share it because for any runner out there who's a recreational runner, because that's what I am, right? I'm a recreational runner. Just know that not every day is a linear line up to be amazing. It looks like this. It looks messy. It looks scary. It looks demoralizing. It looks heart-wrenching. But if you don't care about any of the data, that's okay. You just go out and run and you're happy just to be able to do it. And that is a good thing as well, because I'm quite happy about that. Whew, that's a lot to get off my chest. I really needed to kind of narrow in on that because I think it was important for me to look, to talk, to share, because that's what I do on this channel. I share it all because I remember what it was like to be you, injured, burned out, coming back from running, being crazy overweight, thinking I'm never going to be able to run again. I've been all of those places. And what I can say is, if you value yourself and you start to put in a little bit of work just to be a little bit better each and every day, good things happen. So like I always say, get out and run. We'll see you on the next one.